Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Let's talk about dating and why you need to allow a man to earn your love. Okay? Did you hear what I said? Allow him to earn your love. I know a lot of us we we just give it away. We just give it away. The man doesn't have to do anything to get it. You know, the probably the best that men are doing today, they'll take you out uh, to dinner or take you on a trip, and then they expect sex for that. Now, what I want to do in this video is to give you some tips of how to handle these situations, okay? Because you want this man to earn your love. And you're not just going to have sex with him and do these things just to please him, because that gets you nowhere. That gets you nowhere, because it's time to weed out these people. And if you want a quality individual, I want to give you some tips how to do that. Number one is stop cooking for your date. You should not be really doing any favors for this man that you just met until at least 10, 15 dates. And then what that means is you're not going to, I advise women to wait at least a year, to be celibate at least a year to really get to know this person. Some counselors or whatever say you should wait at least 10 dates before you do any kind of favors. Now, they didn't say sex, but I'm saying it's a bad idea anyway. I believe that you should be celibate for a year. Clean yourself out from old relationships and old wounds and all of that, so you don't bring any of that into the new relationship. And hopefully you can get your potential to do the same thing, so when you finally do actually come together, joining each other sexually, you'll both have clean to positive energy. You won't be bringing baggage into your new relationship. So I just wanted to kind of explain why I preach celibacy. Now, back to, you want to date this person. Okay, you may be looking for, hoping that this may be husband material or whatever, or just, you just want a partner. Okay. Number one, don't cook for him at all. We women, we do believe that a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And that could be true. But guess what? Men, when you do that, it's a signal to them. Like, oh, she just doing this to try to capture me. You see? They look at it like you are doing some kind of hocus pocus to try to get them. You understand? And that makes them flee. It doesn't make them really come to you. All right? You can do that after the first, we'll go after the first 10 dates. We'll do that. We'll go with, this counselor recommended the 10 dates and it sounded good to me. After the first 10 dates is when you're allowed to cook, if that's what you want to do. Okay? Now, you're definitely not going to have sex with him. You're not going to touch him. All right, listen, ladies, it gets tricky here. Like I'm a touchy-feely person, just talking. And with the man, I do have a tendency to, ha ha, and touch him or whatever. We want to kind of pull that back and not do that because it gives a man a signal that he's kind of in. And during this, before this 10 dates, he's on a probationary period. You're just trying to see if you want to be, involved with him further or not. See, we're taking this slow. We're not jumping into these relationships like we used to. Okay? It's never too late to learn. There's no age limit on this at all. Anybody can use this information. All right? So now you're not going to be touching him. Now, when it comes to hug, it's going to be one of those faraway hugs. It ain't going to be no deep embracing and grabbing on you and feeling your booty and all that. No. For the first 10 dates, it's not going to be any of that. You're going to treat him just like a platonic friend. Like a platonic friend. You understand? Where you just go out having fun with each other to see if you jive that way. Maybe you have an occasion to meet his people or whatever. You understand? You understand? You are really getting to see whether you want to get involved with this or not. See, it has nothing to do with how much money he flashes. You understand? Or how many cars he has, how big his house is, or anything like that. You're trying to get to know him. Because this is what is going to affect you physically, mentally, and spiritually. Okay? All right? So we're going to take our time with this. Now, you're not going to kiss him either now. Okay? Now, that's just, men that, they try to, they want to hurry to the sex. So that's why they want to grab you and hug you and kiss you and all that, because they have sex on the brain. So you're not going to kiss him at all. If he comes in to kiss you, you turn to let him get you on the cheek. Do not kiss him on the lips and do not allow him to kiss you on your lips for the first 10 dates. Now, I know hearing this information sounds a little harsh. I know when I first heard it, it sounded a little harsh to me too, because, I'm used to, live and let live, and whatever. But look where it has gotten me. Now, during this time, the 10 dates are, you go to the park, or, you go to the museum, or you go to an activity like bowling, or to watch a sports activity, things like that. This is what the 10 dates are. Okay? And he can do them like he wants to do them. But now the other thing is, he needs to call you on a regular basis and not think just to send you a text how you doing is going to do. No, he needs to call you. Probably, every day or every other day he needs to check in. Okay? Now, he needs to see you at least once every week. At least once every week he needs to lay eyes on you. Okay? Which probably would be, in a date. All right? He sees you. All right? And now, all dates are outside of either of your homes. The dates are not in anybody's home. They have to be at some other place. Okay? For instance, your date can't be, at the hotel where you're going to have dinner, and then he thinks he's going upstairs. No. He needs to be clear. That's why you're going to tell him that you're celibate, then that, he knows that you're not going to, and he'll plan wisely. You see, you're not trying to withhold information from him or anything, or to trick him. These are your boundaries. This is what's going to happen for the first 10 dates. Because he's probably going to say, oh, but you don't like me, why you not kiss me? And then you can tell him, that you don't plan to be that intimate with him until you feel comfortable. And it takes about 10 dates for me to feel comfortable enough, to maybe let down, one of the boundaries or something. However you want to put it to him, you be more open to him. Okay? But that that's why I don't think that the sex part should be in a 10-day period, because I still think after 10 dates it's still too soon for you to sexually bond with, to spiritually bond with this person. Because when you have sex with them, it's a big deal to have sex with these people. Any people. Because you spiritually bond with them when you have sex with them. You don't want everybody in your soul, their energy in your soul. And that's what happens. It's a soul tie that happens when you have sex with these people. So that's why I say that you should take a year. You need to be sure. You don't want to be soul tied to some lunatic. Because a lot of sociopaths and psychopaths and narcissists. Now, narcissists can't pretend a whole year. Number one, he's going to be gone. So that's good for you. Now, these sociopaths and psychopaths, I don't know, they may stick in there for a year, but at least you'll be able to see some signs that say, no, I'm out. And still have your soul intact. Have your soul intact. You understand? That's why I really push it. Wait at least a year. You understand? And tell him we're going to be celibate for a year. And during that year, I'm expecting you to, you can put it to him, expecting you to be celibate with me if you're serious about this relationship. See what happens. Number one, I bet you that no other woman has ever said that to him before. So he's got to be, if he's got any wholesome goodness in him, he's got to look at that. Oh, wait a minute. This is something new. See? If you want different results, you have to do different things. It's simple as that. Okay, now, one thing I need to clear up. You are treating him like a platonic friend. But don't get it twisted. He is still responsible to pay for all of the activities that you all engage in on a date. When he's with you, he is responsible for the bill, the entire bill. So don't let him tell you, because I know how men work. First thing he'll say, oh, well, since we just friends, why don't we split the bill? You say no, because he's still trying to date you. He's still trying to date you. He's just trying to get you on that train. And a lot of women, because they can't afford it, they'll jump and say, oh, okay. And you'll end up playing 50-50 every time you're with him. And then you wonder way down the line, well, why am I doing this? When you, you understand? It's like you don't want to get on that train. No, no. When a man is dating you, whether he's having sex with you or not, you see, people have gotten it confused that dating is having sex. It is not. You want to date the person to get to know them, to see if you really want to be with them. That's what the dating experience is for. Okay? So, yeah, the man is responsible to pay for all the activities that you two engage in when he's with you. Now, the other important point here, just want to make this very clear. Do not invite him to your place. And don't go to his place. I know in my previous videos, I did recommend that you go see where he came from and all of that. What I mean by that and this, don't have the date to be inside his place. And he, if he want to show you where he lives or whatever, cool. But no dates are being held inside the place during this period before the 10 dates. After the 10 dates, if you want to invite him over, so be it. So be it. But just be warned. Just be warned. If you're going to go by the celibate thing for a year. When men when men come to your place, remember they only have sex on the brain. Whether you go to their place or they come to your place. I'm going to tell you, he even here at my age, I ran into an old friend the other day, and he, we were driving. He asked me to follow him, and because I was off work, and so I did, so we could chat a bit. And as soon as we got to his place, he closed up the doors and all this stuff. And as soon as I say, "Hey, how you doing?" And when he went to grab for me, I said, "I'm celibate." And then he turned around, he opened up the doors and everything and sat over there on the couch and then act like he had some sense. Act like he had some sense. So, so the thing is, if a man doesn't pursue you after you tell him that, all he wants from you is sex. Do you get it? And nothing that you could do, cook the most famous meals for him, do all his bidding, is going to change his mind about you. You see, number one, you're not as high value as you could have been. You understand? So some of your worth has kind of been chopped down because of it. But if you be upfront with these people in the beginning and set these boundaries, this is how it is if you want to be with me. They got to respect that if they are serious about you. They got to respect that. You see? And if it doesn't work out within that year, you're still in one piece. Your soul is still intact. You're not tied spiritually to anybody. You understand? And this is how you protect yourself. And women, with everything that's going on out here today, you really need to protect yourself. And nobody is telling women anything. No, nobody is teaching us anything of how to protect ourselves. Now, the information I share with you today, it came from a man. A man shared that information. And he knows what works for men. So don't think Miss Faye just came up with this information to you and, she's a woman, how much she know. This came from a man telling women how to protect yourself and how to weed out garbage, pure garbage, just weed them right out, and find yourself a quality man. That's what it's all about. You understand? And this information is coming from a person that it has worked. So this is the path I'm on. Now listen. All right. So now we got the sex, and anything that has anything to do with sex is out of the way. We are platonic with him. Okay. Now, you're not going to cater to him either. Number one, if he needs money, you can scratch his name off the list anyway. You don't need to be with a man that needs money. So you just weed him off and wait until another man presents himself. Because don't be afraid to let somebody go. You're not losing anything. You see, you were probably spared of a lot of heartbreak down the road. So as soon as you see that red flag, let them go. You see? And as long as you're humble, the universe will bring you somebody else. Because, believe it or not, men are like buses. If you miss one, another one is coming right behind it. Another one's coming. And your age has nothing to do with it. Men still approach me at my age. Your age has nothing to do with it. It is your vibration. Are you a happy person? You understand? Are you genuinely a happy person? Because you can't trick your vibration. It's either high or it's low. And people can pick up on your vibration long before they can pick up on your visual appearance. And if he's a grown man, he is not captivated by your appearance anyway. I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, he's not looking for you to look the way that you looked when you were 16. All right? But now these are things you're not going to cater to him. You're not going to offer to iron his clothes or wash his clothes or take care of any of his business. His business is his business. You are just kind of friends. You understand? This is what you do during the period you're trying to get to know him. So I really hope, let me see, just trying to look over my notes to see if I think I covered everything I wanted to cover with you. And I hope that I was able to make it clear how to make a man earn your love. And the thing is, now you got high value in his eyes. You are a high value woman in his eyes. Because most women aren't going to tell a man that. Most women, once he put that little charm, he's going to be up in the apartment, in between them legs, and he'd stay there as long as he wants to. He dumps her and goes to somebody else. You don't want that. You don't want that, and you don't deserve that. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. And I hope that I've said something in this video that can help someone. And I thank you so much for your wonderful comments. Just keep them coming. I enjoy reading them so much. And so until next time, I wish you well, and I hope to see you then.